so eat mango sticky rice with me while I share how I manage 5 clients while being a digital nomad, being a freelancer, while traveling here right now. So currently we are in Bangkok. That's why ito ang ating midnight snack. So first, let's share. I am a freelancer. I work as an SMM, a social media strategist, and a general virtual assistant. It may look like it's a lot because it really feels a lot sometimes and sometimes it doesn't, but looks like a lot to people, right? Mag-disclaimer na ako, I don't work like 16 hours a day because I hear and see a lot of people share na they have 2 full-time jobs and all that, and I had at one point, but right now hindi ganon. So I'm gonna share with you, and I hope that I share something that helps you or inspires you to do something, or just inspires you if you want to be a freelancer. So just to start, I'm gonna talk to you as a person na like parang hindi pa masyado alam ang VA world na lang. But to share, a VA is a virtual assistant. So para siyang kind of a secretary but online. The secretary in the real world is face-to-face, diba? So in my knowledge and in my research, it's just helping online, supporting people online. And if you're here and you feel like you don't have the skills for it, you have to be super magaling. No, you actually have the skills already. Soft skills matters. By the way, ito siya. This is the coconut milk and the crispy. So, lagay natin. Anyway, so madaming niches ang freelance, which I will talk about it in the next couple of videos. But for now, generally, mayroong social media, real estate virtual assistants, bookkeepers, bookkeeping, property management, admin tasks, cold callers, ganyan. Madaming mga ganyan. So personally, I work with online businesses, influencers, creators to support them in their social media world. And I'm under 2 agencies na social media strategist ako doon, and one is I'm an engagement strategist. Let's break it down. So first, do I have fixed hours? Technically, dapat, and yes, but I've negotiated them to be flexible. I want to share na although I send proposals and sometimes I get proposals, I choose clients talaga. And if you have 1 to 2 stable clients, or you have 1 to 2 stable jobs, I think that your 3rd, 4th, or 5th, or whatever clients, it should be on your own terms as much as possible, in a way that you guys meet halfway. So yeah, so fixed time, so long as merong times na online ako with the working time na meron sila. But really, ganito kasi, during onboarding, I always tell them about the flexibility that I want, because I always say na I can actually work on your time. It's just I work my best during my time, and I'm a firm believer of energy. I work well when my energy is good, and sometimes that's morning my time or afternoon my time. I want to go into a coffee shop and just sit there and work intentionally. And usually, clients love that because a lot of clients actually value output-based rather than hourly or time-based na mga tasks. And I also explain na there are tasks that some people can do in 5 hours, and since I've been in the industry for a while now, I can do it in an hour or 2, diba? So that also plays a huge part, and I use that as a leverage. And so I negotiate that time freedom and say that I really value flexibility, and I would love to work my best and everything. And this is all true naman. And I always say during onboarding calls that I'm trying to take care of my health, and so I can meet with them during their time when there is a scheduled meeting, but working my whole work or task or whatever, I work on my own time. So basically, this is just about you positioning yourself as someone reliable, proactive, and someone who gets stuff done as much as possible, kasi a good client is a client who doesn't micromanage, who trusts you, and at the same time who believes in output-based na mga bagay-bagay, in my experience, in my niches. And so far, my clients, a lot of them, we don't really meet every day or even once a week. So long as I get the job done, and I am really proactive, and I do update that, hey, this is all finished, please let me know if this aligns with the vision, or if you want me to update something, and everything. And so that really helps. Communication really helps. Before, I was a little bit scared to have boundaries so work, but I realized na it's okay, and they don't own your life, so they don't own all your time, and you don't get paid 24 hours, right? And so if it's really outside of the working hours, I don't reply at all. And just in case I saw it and I felt the urge to reply kasi baka importante siya. And so what I say is, hello, thank you so much for this message. I appreciate this. I will work on this first thing tomorrow as my shift has already ended. So, or as this is beyond my working hours or something. So, mga ganon. Yummy. Tone, delivery, and communication matters. Even if chat lang yan. I'm a big fan of emojis, and I really believe in good and relationship building sa clients. That's why kailangan talaga to work on your rapport, to work on that relationship building skill, because besides having the skill, besides being magaling, and even if hindi ka magaling, kasi you deliver and you have that really great attitude and character, they will really keep you. To share, merong client before na supposedly dapat na let go na ako because my client got depressed. However, she loved that I update her with stuff na, let's say, I see an elephant and I know she loves elephant. So, nagsisend ako na, oh, this reminds me of you. I hope you're having a great day, ganyan. And so, because I am like that, she extended our contract for 2 months until she realized na that's not good business on her end kasi I'm not doing anything anymore. Wala nang masyadong mga tasks and all that. And that is the power of having good relationships, building skills, and having just really a great attitude and character. Charot. Buhat ng sariling bangko. But that's it. Yun talaga. So, going back to managing clients. So, I have an intern who helps me. And kasi if you have an extra, kasi it doesn't have to be 10,000 per month or 10,000 per project. There are people who needs extra income and fit din siya sa budget mo. And it's not necessarily lowballing because hindi mo naman sila i-exploit. You're just opening the opportunity and see kung sinong mag-a-align doon, right? And so that's what I do. If alam kong may recurring task, I batch the task right away. That way, advance na siya. And what I do is slowly do the task, basically. Tapos na by the intern and then I check it and ayun. So I batch my task a lot para play na lang sa life after. Work-life balance. And I also set hours of communication. So I always say that I am available to talk at this time or whatever. That way they know when to contact me so that we can align on the specific time just in case they need replies right away and all that. But honestly, that doesn't happen quite often. And also, I want to be transparent. One of my job, hati kami nung aking friend. So, we share the 60-40 and he does the engagement stuff kasi ayoko na talaga siya gawin, guys. He also needs the extra and I also need the help. And so, that's also how I manage to kind of keep them together. And I help naman with client stuff and relationship building stuff doon. Basta, yeah, we have a Slack and also to add, basically, para akong personality hire doon. We don't have any tracker so far. One lang, which is Clockify in the other agency, but it's just timing when you clock in and out. It doesn't really have the screenshot and I don't want that as well. And so, yeah, during onboarding, ito siya lahat. Kasi mahirap na that you've already onboarded and all that, na training ka na or like nasabihan ka na na ganito, ganyan, only to find out na may mga ganyan pala. So, it's best to share your non-negotiables already sa onboarding call and also ask how you can support them and how you guys can meet halfway just in case, because if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. Guys, I really tested it out myself. There are times that I really didn't want to negotiate and just wanted to pass the opportunity na lang and find another client. And you know what? Wala naman ding, regardless if you send or share your thoughts about negotiating, talo ka talaga. You will miss the chances because you didn't take the chance at all. So, what if it all works out, right? And 70% naman it usually does. And I remember negotiating a rate before. Fixed talaga sila at this certain dollar amount. And I said I was actually hoping for this rate because it's my rate for quite a while now. However, I want to really support the company. I love the conversation that we had and I think the vision aligns with what I'm looking for right now. And so with this one, I would like to meet in the middle. How about this dollar amount work? And usually it does, guys. Or if not, they would respect that you know how to negotiate. And then they usually say, dalawa lang naman yan, it's either a yes or no, right? But sometimes hinahanapan nila talaga ng paraan. Kasi usually naman, they really have extra. Kasi naghahanap sila eh. Usually kasi meron din talagang fix sila because they know na Filipinos, they really accept any amount. Because, yun nga, may needs din kasi. Hindi mo din mabiblame yung people who accept lower rates. However, sad lang siya kasi it also harms the whole freelance industry because let's say for this amount of work, tinanggap mo siya at $1.50 per hour and you do amazing at it. And you know, people talk in the industry. And so, pag alam nila na they can just accept pala kahit ganito lang yung rate. So, bababa yung rate na ng offers ng iba. And sayang because, you know, Filipinos are hardworking and we are good communicators and we can leverage that. But again, we can't really blame people for accepting those rates because we also also don't know their struggles. And we also don't know what bills they are paying or what debts are they paying and all that. To add, I also have an asana for my life. And so I know everything that's going on or what will happen. Work-wise, naka-color code yan lahat which client I have to work on or anong mga urgent deadlines and all that. So I'm a big fan of time blocking, color coding, Pomodoro, and really prioritizing kung ano yung next na kailangan gawin. And so if may mga things na I can't do just cause nag-iba aking priorities like this one, like nasa travel ako, charot, but dapat work is priority to. But overall, again, smart delegation. And so I do that. That way I buy myself time to enjoy the side quests in life. I am gonna go back to the communication part because it plays a huge deal. I really update guys. Like, hi, this is na-na-na-na. And sometimes those are scheduled messages para lang, hindi makalimutan. And definitely AI helps me. Like, ChatGPT helps like fast track my work a lot. And in terms of like creating captions and all that, and I don't just rely on one prompt. And to share, you don't rely on one prompt or two prompts. Really read everything, really communicate with ChatGPT. Besides, of course, securing that you have good or fast Wi-Fi everywhere. That's really it. And communication really is key. Batching the tasks that you can and then just work slowly, updating them. Because sometimes there are days wherein I really work long hours just to finish a lot of tasks and delegate some tasks para matapos lahat in 1 to 2 days. That way, the rest of the week, even if I am working, I'm not like actively working anymore kasi tapos na siya. So, ganon. And then, sa others wherein I can, like have mutualism na agreement wherein, like yung sa friend ko na 60-40 kami, I do that as well. Because I think it helps big time. Kasi my long-term goal naman is really not to be a freelancer all my life. I want to go back to the entrepreneurial life which is working 24/7. Charot. I love business, guys. I love taking that risk again in the entrepreneurial world, and there's so much things that I want to explore. And so for now, these all pays the bills, and I enjoy naman social media work. And yeah, so ayun lang naman so far. I hope that my yapping kind of helped you somehow and kind of know that this is possible. You can negotiate with your clients. And to share, meron akong isang full-time work na I can work 2 fixed hours sa time nila and the rest ako na bahala. And honestly, sometimes yung mga 8 hours full-time work, the work that I get, it's not usually working the whole 8-hour shift. Parang natatapos siya in 2 hours or really less even, ganyan. And so again, it's really important to choose your clients. It is a privilege kasi at first, diba, if kailangan mo talaga ng extra, sometimes we just accept what's there. Until, of course, such time na you also get to that kind of privilege or to that stature in life na meron ka ng 2 na stable or nakapag-ipon ka na, you have your emergency fund, you get to choose na, it's still a process. And overall, wherever you are in life, you will get there. It's just really a process. And the process sometimes doesn't take too long. Sometimes it's just 2 to 3 months. Sometimes it's 6 months. Will always depend on you and how you look at it and how you perceive life's growth or life's challenges at you. However, there's always a learning curve naman in everything. And if you never try, you will never really know. I know that really redundant. That's just really it. And again, you miss 100% of the chances you didn't take. And so, if wala na talaga, if feel mo hindi mo makukuha yung na client, then negotiate. Sometimes our mind gets the best of us. Our anxiety, our what ifs, right? But really, all those are just what ifs or opinion. Hindi siya fact. And so, you practice. Practice trying, practice taking a risk, practice negotiating, practice your boundaries with yourself. And, usually mag-align lang man din yan siya lahat sa life mo. You start with yourself, and then it starts ripple effects sa work, sa friendship, and everything else. Yun lang. I hope you learned something here. And if you want more freelancer series, I actually plan to upload more. And if you have any video ideas or topics you want us to cover or you want me to yap about, let me know. By the way, this is BFab, and thank you so much for listening. Please show your love by subscribing and commenting, and bye!